welcome to my channel, Diane in Stitches. I'm Diane, and on this channel you'll find information about sewing and what I've made, what I'm going to make, fabrics and patterns, etc. So hopefully you'll enjoy the content. I'd like to say thank you to start with from all the new subscribers that I've had this week, and if you haven't subscribed, please do consider doing so. It does help the channel. And thanks again for everyone who's left a like and a comment on previous videos. Always love to see your comments, and everything helps the channel to reach other people looking for sewing content. So with that over, I'll start today's video, which I've had 2 completed makes, and I've got 3 ongoing cut out ready to go, which I'll discuss. I'll start with what I'm wearing. This is a bought t-shirt. We've been out a walk this morning and it was very, very cold. Basically all I've done is took the fleecy bit off that I had over it, and I've put my Pattern Emporium grab a cuppa cardigan on. So that's what I'm wearing. Got the turtleneck on, which I probably could do with trying to make some of these actually. So that would be good. So what have I done this week? First of all, I showed you I think it was last week or the week before, the Country Cow Designs, which is she's a bag designer, and on their Facebook page they had they have a monthly bag challenge, and this month's was the Take Note pouch, and it was a free pattern, but I ended up ordering the kit from Country Cow because I haven't got any of the items needed, and I'm totally confused about the fleeces and the foam and the whatnot, all the linings and the packaging, padding for the bags. So I ordered the kit and I did start that, and it came together quite quickly. So I have a completed Take Note pouch. So there that is. I've still got plenty of this green material left, and that because that also is the lining as well. It could probably have done with a slightly thinner fabric for the lining, but anyway, so the zip was everything was included. It's gone a little bit strange on the ends here, but there was a suggestion to make this window for the zip slightly narrower so that you've got more room, because when you're trying to sew this seam up of the outer and the lining, it's very difficult to get into this gap here. So making the zip window shorter by extending these ends here would probably have been a better idea. I can't remember actually. I don't think there's any prizes for this, just a monthly challenge. They have various bags. It's gone a bit bulky in the corners, and I think it's because the fusible fleece that was included didn't tell you to cut away any for the seam allowance. So the fleece was literally the same size as the pieces of the bag fabric. So all the fleece has gone into the seam allowances. So next time if I make that again, I did wonder actually, because I had seen that done on various YouTube videos, and I thought I'll just go with what the pattern says, and I wish I'd cut down the seam, the fleece to allow for the seam allowance. But anyway, I'm fairly happy with that. As I say, I'm not sure what I'm going to put in it yet, but it's come out reasonably well for a first attempt. I'm quite happy. So that's make number 1. So make number 2 was my sewing therapy tie dress, which I made. I've decided is the dress I'm going to make for the university reunion that we've got in a few weeks' time, and I made it up in a duvet cover. And the actual fact that the duvet cover I've made it in was the original when I bought it last year. That was my intention was to just make it with that duvet cover, but I've decided on this occasion to just use that as the muslin for the actual dress, which is in this and I've swung back to my wool wool fabric now that I got from Sherwood's, because I did get I showed you last week, this blue cotton with little trees on that I got from a Stitch Fabrics sale last week in Lincoln. So I've gone back, so I have cut it out. So that's going to be the back. So you can have this either way. You can have the round neck at the front and the V at the back, or you can do 2 V's or 2 round necks. They're the same size, it's just the shape of that neck that's different. And they do show that as the front, but I'm going to have that as the back. Now, because these are double layer, I'll show you the dress I've done in a minute. Because these are double layer, the front panel and the back panel, I was got a bit dubious about having the wool inside. They do just show you to do the same fabric inside and out, but I suppose it's up to you if you want to put an alternative lining fabric in. But on the video that Sewing Therapy do, they have used the same fabric, and that is what I did with the duvet cover. And I thought, with this being wool next to the skin, I'm usually okay with wool. I'm not that, it doesn't make me itchy or anything. I've got a lamb's wool cardigan that on the neck sometimes it irritates, and then it stops after a while. I'm not constantly irritated by it. So I thought I'd put a lining in. Now, I haven't got anything suitable other than I've got this sort of quilting cotton that I was sent by mistake from, I think it was Jaycott's. I'd ordered something and this arrived, and I said, why have you sent me that? But they just said, oh, keep it, we'll send you what you ordered. I just don't know how this arrived. But that's the only sort of thing it sort of goes with one of the bluey purpley colours you can't really see on here. But I thought I'd go into town and see if I could get something from Boys. I don't know whether they'll have anything suitable, or I'll have to order something from somewhere just to line this front bodice. The rest of it should be okay. It might have been all right. It's quite a soft wool, but I just thought, to save bulk and problems, I would line it with a cotton of some sort. So that's that. Anyway, the dress that I've made, as I say, I haven't modelled it, styled it, because it has been quite cold. I tried it on the day I made it, and I made it in one day. It's so quick to come together. So let me just. So it's on my mannequin, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it properly. If I can lift it up, but it's a bit of a busy pattern to be able to show clearly. I'll just see if I can tilt the camera down a little bit. So this is the bit that's double, and that's the front, and then at the side there's a panel, the panel that goes all the way over and round the back, and then you attach the sleeve on, which can either be they call it a short sleeve, but it's basically just a strip that you attach to the side panel. And this is the long sleeve, which has, I'll be better putting a picture up. This is, you sort of pleat it into the cuff here, and then the cuff is just double turned up and top stitched. I don't know whether that would look nicer with perhaps with a narrow band adding. So you've just got this little pleat here, and then it's just straight sewn onto the this side panel. There's a tie, these 4 ties, 2 at the back. Very awkward. And 2 at the front, and they're attached right at the bottom of this seam that you can't see. You can actually, if you don't want it tied at the front, you can tie them at the sides. Tie the ties at the sides. If I let me just take this off a second and see. Show you the inside. Just move out of the way, because it's very difficult to see with this busy fabric. So that's the inside. So that's your double front and double at the back, and then the skirt is just very plain. I haven't put pockets in, and as I said, this panel just comes right over and goes, one continuous panel goes right over to the back, and then the sleeves are attached, and then you sew here and down in one, so pivot there, and then just turn your hem up on the bottom of the sleeve. And as I say, it came together in a day, and I'm quite happy with that. Sizing wise, let me just bring up my size. The sizing on it. Let me just put that there. I'm going to bring my laptop up. Sizing goes from a 0. Put it back up again. Fun, this, isn't it? Sizing goes from a 0 to a 24. I don't know if there's another size range, actually. I think that might be it. So anyway, a bust 0, which is a bust of 30 inches, to a 24, which is a bust of 52 inches. Now, my bust fell into a size 8. My waist fell into the size 10, and my hips fell into the size 12. So I was a little bit unsure of what size to do, really. But looking at the finished measurements, if I'd done the 8, which was my minimum size for the bust, the finished measurement for the bust or circumference would have been 48.7 inches, which I thought was quite a lot. Bearing in mind, when I do the Donny shirt, I think the Donny finish measurement is 44 or 46 inches. I think it might be 44. I'll double check that. So I thought, well, should I do a 6? The finish measurement on that is 47.7 inches. So then I looked again at the size 4. So bearing in mind I should be an 8, so I've gone 6, 4. The 4 measurement is 46.8 finished measurement. For both the bust and the waist, and the hips it says 49.4. My hips are 39, 40-ish. So I thought a 4 sounds that would be roomy enough for how I'd feel comfortable. The ties, you bring it in with the ties, so you get more of a fold here if you're in a larger size. So I thought the 4 has actually turned out to be quite a decent fit. Actually, I'm quite happy with that. So that is the size I've cut out for my wool version. And I've realised since making it, I keep seeing mentions again of this. I was aware of it, but the upcycle challenge, and I think I saw somebody mention that you just upcycle something, duvet cover or an old garment or something, and I thought I could have actually entered that for the Sew Upcycle challenge, but I haven't taken a picture of the duvet cover before I started chopping it up, so I don't know whether I can. I have got some left. I don't know whether it'll still count if I can just hold it up and cut with bits cut out of it. I've still got there were some little buttons along the bottom, and I tried to figure out. There's no fastenings on it, so I thought, well, I don't know if I can make use of the buttons at all. Oops. But anyway, and the fabric is I could prove that it's a duvet cover. The fabric is 54% cotton and 46% viscose/rayon. So cotton, rayon, cotton viscose. So it's got a little bit of body to it. It's not hugely drapey because it's mostly cotton, but anyway, I'm quite happy with that. So I might have I don't have a look at the rules of the sew up cycle and see if it's worth trying to enter that. Not sure. Anyway, so what else have I got? I'd say I've cut out, and I don't normally batch sew or cut or do anything. I don't have project bags. I usually cut out and sew one thing at a time, but I decided to try and get ahead of myself a little bit with the dress, get that dress cut out. But I also wanted to make a shirt. I got some white viscose slub weave. It's quite I don't want to pull it around too much because that's the yoke, and I need to get that stay stitched. So this was from First for Fabrics. It is quite thin. It's like a creamy colour, off-white. So I've got that. I don't know if it's too fine actually for a shirt. It's going to be an all-in easy shirt from Pattern Emporium. So it's quite floaty fabric. So what that'll turn out, I don't know. So I got that cut out, and then I've also cut out another Donny shirt in this this fabric that I got from Sherwood's in a sale last year. I've got that interface, so that's okay. And of course, so I've got 3 things cut out now, ready to go. I'm going to get the Donny shirt done, I think, because I know the dress is going to be quick, having made this one in one day. I think I'm going to get the Donny shirt done because I've got blue in my threaded in the sewing machine, so so that will go on that. But I need to go, as I say, and find some cotton in hopefully a reddy burgundy colour to line the front of my wool tie dress. I just thought that would be better than having the wool all wool next to my skin. So yeah, and it washed absolutely fine. Claire of Clarobobbins mentioned about wool detergent and a colour catcher, and I cut half a metre off because I'd got plenty, and I stuck that in overlocked the edges, stuck it in. It was absolutely fine. The colour catcher coat, it went pinkish. So thank you, Claire, for that information. I don't know if I've been living under a rock for my life. I mean, my mother was quite handy and did these useful things, but I think I must have just been walking around in a daze. I'm normally practical, but I never thought. I just panicked. Anyway, it all happened. It all happened well. Got washed, and so thank you very much, Claire, for that information. I don't know, I'm just a bit useless sometimes with things. So yeah, we've had a bit of a strange weekend. We were supposed to be going to a wedding reception last night, an evening do, and I wasn't well yesterday, again, another headache thing. And so I had to text my friend and say we weren't coming. So anyway. So, and I've had toothache this morning. As soon as I put a hand up, these things start moving. I started with a bit of a toothache last night, and I got into bed last night, and then my nose I just got this pain. I had to take some tablets, and every time I drink, I'm getting stop it. Every time I drink, I'm getting a pain in my teeth up here. But it was very weird. I don't know if anyone else has had the actual pain in the nose. It was weird. Anyway, so as I say, we've been a walk this morning, and just got back and got nice and cozy, and it looks like it's raining now. So one update that I was going to make, and I've forgotten all about it. If you remember, a few weeks ago, I ordered some more magic pins, and I thought I'd try these magic clips, and they came the other week, and I tried them. I was sewing a t-shirt. I think it was the t-shirt I was trying. So these, so they're different from the normal clips. Very hard to press, but they've got, as you can see, 1/4 and 1/2 inch marks. So if you want 1/4 inch, you'd use this line here, and if you want 1/2, so it's not here. That's telling you that the outer one is the 1/4 inch and the inner one is the 1/2 inch. If I can get it to stop reflecting. But anyway, the video was. I watched the video, and you're supposed to be able to put that on the end of your fabric, and so you've got that on your fabric at 1/4 inch, and as you're sewing, you're supposed to be able to, as long as the needle's here, just beyond the edge of this metal, you can sew over. Your presser foot is supposed to glide over the metal bit. Obviously, keep your needle this way, and just carry on sewing, and you don't have to take them out like your normal clips. Well, I can tell you now, you do have to take them out. I don't know whether I've just got a different foot on to what they used in the video, but it caught on it and it just pushed it to one side like it would with the usual other clips, the normal clips that I've got. So they were a bit of a wasted effort. So I might give them another go with some. Try and change my presser foot, maybe. I don't know whether that's going to make any difference, but anyway, so they weren't very good, really. So I'll stick with my pins and my usual plain clover or whatever clip. I got some clips from Lidl or Aldi one time. They're fine. So I think that's all I've got this week. So once again, thank you for joining me on these rambles. Hope you've enjoyed this week. It's not a very long one, hopefully, for you this week. As I say, do give the video a like if you have enjoyed the content before you leave, and do subscribe if you haven't already. And I do hope you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to speaking to you on the next video. So bye for now.